In this video, I'm going to show you how to construct the tension chair. If you have a CNC like this, I would highly recommend you try this, just to get a better understanding of how the machine works, what the workflow looks like, and how to best optimize a design for CNC. You will find all the support materials you need to build the chair, including a step-by-step guide as a PDF on the Wikifactory project. If you don't fancy building the tension chair, that's fine. I've also included links to other designs that you might fancy. The design has been optimized for 21mm plywood, but today we're going to be using this 15mm OSB board. Partly because I really like the texture of this material. I think it has a cool industrial look, but mostly because this is the material we had available in the workshop. And that's really the point. I think these designs need to be flexible for the materials that are available locally to the manufacturer. Something you have to remember is that there's always post-processing work. Now that we've finished cutting, I have to release the pieces from the stock using a chisel. When you're designing for distributed, try to consider what the post-processes are. Whether it's 3D printing, laser cutting, or CNC, there's always a post-process. And how easy that is, and the tools that are required to do the post-processing, changes how easily the design is distributed. So, I've removed the wood from the CNC and I've cleaned it up and screwed the parts that need to be screwed together, so the fin to the base, twice. And now's the time to start assembling the chair. And this is where I want to bring you in. A call to action. This design process is an open design process, an open development process. So here's the problem. Assembling this chair, as you'll see in a minute, is quite tricky for one person. So I need a solution that's going to help make that easier for other people who want to build this chair. I'm inviting you to go to the Wikifactory project, the link will be in the supporting material, and review the ongoing issues. There, you'll find an issue called Solution to Assembly. I'd like you to come up with a solution for making the assembly of this chair much easier. Perhaps a jig, perhaps a new method, perhaps a complete redesign. Contribute what you think is a good solution for assembling the tension chair. Just watch and see how tricky this can be to assemble. Now I've got 3 sides on, it just about holds itself. Now, I can adjust this to be tighter later, but as you can see, that was quite a struggle. And that's why I want you to contribute to this imperfect project so we can explore what solutions we can come up with as a community and as a crowdsource that are truly distributed and applicable to this project. So go through Wikifactory as a channel, go through the Slack group as a channel to contribute however you like. But let's open up the discussion about how we can make this more suitable for design for distributed. I want to highlight to you a few key takeaways for designing for distributed using CNC as digital fabrication. Try to design the product to be adaptable for varying sheet thicknesses. If there's a minimum and maximum appropriate size for your design, try to communicate that with the fabricator. Share the 2D and 3D files so the fabricator can choose which type is easier for them and their toolpath software. Always consider the post-processing. For example, CNC invariably requires tabs to hold the work in the stock material. So ask yourself, what tools are needed? Will the fabricator have access to those tools? And how can they save time in post-processing? Lastly, engage with the community. I can come up with a production and assembly system that works for the space and resources that I have access to, but that's not distributed. The design needs to be suitable for anyone who wants to produce the product with their own tools and capabilities. So the most direct way to develop the product to be adaptable in this way is to open up the design process. Invite people to offer their solutions for production from their own perspectives, so that in the end you can offer a more holistic solution that's going to work for more people. To do this requires putting your ego aside and proclaiming to the world that your work is unfinished and ready to be criticized.